nero eduka asorgo ngurigarua South Nyanza yanchiri amone company ya mabati Rolling Mills eyukuya bwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achagwirigirie amabati anda onsialia utagete showroom yeto nigo ere engale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokie riso yao chingaki ogoswasa yiga kurigiriria amabati yiga ntobwate team tembo abo bagokora imirimo ase showroom yiga babwate chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo cho tebererie kende gensi uraganie bagotebererie company ya mabati Rolling Mills niko babwate amabati chingenjo ao ayuare ye chikala ao na boigo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges ao unabono babwate normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asibego babwate boomerang ayuare aye chigage emerongetato asa mabati ali aye chigage emerongibere na isaro na isato babwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na boigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana roman jinko na boigo web design babwate yigani kabwate chikala bunabone lia chaco gray brick red tile red maroon sky blue na boigo na green obutambe bwe mabwate yiga niko bokolengana amo nukuganya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi boigo ebyo ochikunyara kabo gutumika chinga gicho gwakeranya mabwate yiga ase nyumba yao tutari rero ase ouru MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabwate yu akomenya sigika ayo uchanye warrant na boigo ayo urakoberwa ikasure asubwango eduke yiga ya ouru superstores yego toka se nyumba ya ouru complex imeyumu chuligo busongo eyuerangene duka ya Safaricom boigo ngotoka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyuere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Ouru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Are you looking for a school where your child can grow, shine, and achieve their dreams? Welcome to Lucky Star Educational Center, where excellence begins. We offer top quality education for learners from playgroup to grade 6, fully CBC compliant and designed to nurture every child's potential. At Lucky Star, your child enjoys modern computer studies with a fully equipped computer lab, chess, karate and swimming to enhance mental skills, discipline and swimming ability, safe and reliable school transport for all learners, affordable school fees, spacious and modern classrooms, highly trained, competent and dedicated teachers, a conducive learning environment, adequate teaching and learning materials for every class. Interviews and January admissions are ongoing. Enroll your child in a school that cares about their growth, confidence and future. Find us in Kisii Town, Jogo area along the Kisii Nyamira Highway opposite the Kenya Power Substation. For more information, call 071 524 5923 or 071 959 4048. Lucky Star Educational Center, a center of excellence.
Moragabumbia mwanchi umurigeria Getembe TV charagire Chinsa Ikomi Ekeonga asenchira yobwingi. Moraibuense Daktari wa Samuel Ruto ni galire ira yogochia kogendra gosira na wego kokine chisemi meyense ilikuwa nikabuna kero mwana bwa Kenya ngonyorare chisemi chibwenerete kukwana chinga kyare koyigora eskuru y'abanyaroka ya Yusu ase county ya Garissa. Ruto nigo akwanira ebitambukiro ayimukira serikali yaye eryo gosira chisemi anamono komenta chipesa cyo gosira masomo koroji shiringi chibilioni 5 wekati shiringi chibilioni 5 na ibiri.
We have a special fund dedicated to the education of our children. And that is why I am a great supporter of the National Government Constituency Development Fund, because it is the fund that has made a difference in availing education infrastructure and facilities and bursaries for all our children in every part of the Republic of Kenya. I know that it may not be possible. Pengine haitawezekana serikali peke yake undertake kama kufanya kazi hii ya kuhakikisha kwamba wanafunzi wetu wote wanapata nafasi ya kusoma. Na ndio pia nawashukuru wahisani, wale watu wote wamejitolea kutoa pesa zao, mashirika, marafiki, foundations na wale wengine wote ambao wanatusaidia katika kuhakikisha ya kwamba kuna masomo ya kutosha katika taifa letu. Nyinyi mnaelewa ya kwamba rasilimali kubwa tulio nayo kama Kenya ni rasilimali ya wananchi wetu. The biggest resource we have as a nation is our human capital. Na ndio nilisema juzi katika bunge ya kwamba kati ya mambo ambayo lazima tushughulike nayo is to develop the highest professional human capital in Kenya by making sure that we have men and women with the highest possible skills in science, in STEM subjects, in research, in development, because that is how we are going to use that resource to develop our nation. And kwa sababu hiyo tumeongeza pesa ya masomo kwa Kenya kutoka bilioni 500 3 years ago to bilioni 700 this year. Kusomesha watoto wetu wote. And that is important because that is how to develop equity. That is how to engender equality. When every child in Kenya has a chance to learn, to acquire knowledge, to be trained in colleges and universities and in
Mwaziri w'ekisemi Moske Julius Migosi ogamba nigatebire nere serikali yabekira omukya kwenekia buna ngwikiraniere mirobiri ebegete anene mono gwika omwaka 2030 chinga kichinse cyabeire chiko chakya omurobiri bokwana na kisemi gwetera chinchira chekerera kokwana kuro ase university ya Open University of Kenya chinga kicho mojega okabire bokobekera aboro kiwa chigutwa Migosi nigo akwanirete egati yali eserikali ose wizara y'ekisemi erache gwikirania gwikira omwaka uyu.
Government remains fully committed to transforming the education sector by harnessing the digital revolution, adopting creative pedagogies, and strengthening the competency-based education at all levels. Upholding high-quality standards is essential to Kenya's pursuit of Vision 2030 by ensuring that every citizen is equipped to realize their full potential and contribute meaningfully to national development. Expanding access to higher education is central to this agenda as it creates opportunities for Kenyans to gain relevant skills and improve their socio-economic prospects. Accordingly, the government will continue to invest in staffing, infrastructure, and research to ensure that enrollment growth is supported without compromising quality. I am pleased to note that the Open University of Kenya has significantly expanded its reach, developed diverse and market-driven programs and courses. Today, even the most marginalized communities can access quality education. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya, like many countries globally, is experiencing rapid shifts in the skills required for success, driven by globalization, automation, digitization, changing work patterns, demographic transitions, and the lessons of the COVID-19 pandemic. These forces demand agility from educators and institutions, as emphasized by the global partners such as UNESCO, who continue to champion lifelong learning and responsive teaching.
Tukwenda sensemire ya siasa muraiwensi ya Kenya Daktari William Samoei Ruto nigo araire abomo bwe kiama kiregia UDA na boigo bomo bwe serikali ya bomo gose broad based government kogokera egati yubobuhi obo banyora ase chikura chiabo chori oboke wene kiwari tskoria muisonde kurwase bunge ya Malava ebunge Ugunja ebunge area ya Kaspul na boigo county area ya Baringo ne bungeria na Mbere North asa tebire ekione kiorokerere kia buna bakenya mbabet bakora okuno chakuru kurunge sensemende nigo amochia bamerere baye bagisiasa.
Ndio mimi nimeshawaambia dalili ya mvua ni nini? Dalili ya mvua ni nini? Muliona uchaguzi mdogo jana? Muliona vile tuliwaosha? Muliona vile tuliwaosha? Ni kweli ama si kweli? Dalili ya mvua ni nini? Hawa majamaa niliwaambia mapema. Niliwaambia wacheni mambo madogo, wacheni ukabila, wacheni chuki, wacheni siasa ya fitina, wacheni siasa ya ubaguzi. Nilishawaambia na niliwaambia wasipowacha hiyo siasa ya ukabila watachelewa. Wamechelewa hawajachelewa? Wamechelewa hawajachelewa? Sasa jana wananchi wa Kenya kutoka Magarini, kutoka kule Mbere, kutoka kule Banisa, kutoka kule Malava, kutoka bile Unguja, kutoka kule Kasipul, kutoka Baringo pia wamewapatia ilani. Kama hawajui kusoma, waanze kusoma ile wananchi wanasema. Wananchi wanasema hawataki ukabila. Wananchi wanasema hawataki siasa ya chuki. Wananchi wanasema hawataki siasa ya migawanyiko. Wananchi wanasema watapiga kura na wale wako na sera na agenda na mpango na vile ya kwenda Kenya mbele. Ama mnasemaje my friends? Ni kweli ama si kweli? Ni kweli ama si kweli? Mimi nawauliza nyinyi watu wa Nakuru, si nyinyi ndio mnachagua MCA? Mnachagua mbunge, senator, governor, rais, si nyinyi ndio mnachagua? Mimi nauliza nyinyi, wakati mnachagua kiongozi, mnachagua ule wa fitina ama wakazi? Mnajua kuwa ule wa ukabila ama wakazi? Mnachagua mtu kwa sababu yuko na sura mzuri ama kazi? Si kila mtu anachaguliwa kwa sababu ya kazi? Si nyinyi mtaamua? Sasa niwaulize, mkipima wale majamaa, wale majamaa, kwa sababu mambo yao ni matatu, na watakuja hapa. Si nyinyi mnajua? Watakuja hapa kwenu. Wale jamaa wa fitina, wale jamaa wa ukabila, wale jamaa wa mambo ya chuki, watakuja hapa na mambo yao
Togendete korigereria obochori obokiane muna sensemiyo ya siasa mugavana we county ya Trans Nzoia omoske George Natembea nigo akwanere obochori oboke bungeri ya Malava ase aenekire utaisaneka kwaya na boigo ogo kogechwa kwaya igoro yobochori obo bwakorekana ase bunge eyo nasemwene nigaruro kuboya gochia ase kiombikiri kyobochoni chimbibe IEBC okoro botuki anene mono na gukwanere igoro yegati yechibura buru na boigo gosagana tuwe ase bungeyo asaboigo mo senator we county area Kakamega omos ke bonarare nere age aon akwanere obochori obubu wakorekanete ase bungeyo nagoteba mbachi kwerobere bunorogongora western bosibu obochori obonene bo mwaka 2027.
Because what happened in Malaba was not an election. It was a criminal activity. Yeah, right from campaigning, where goons were deployed. Some of us, our security was removed. I'm sure you also witnessed voters being bribed while they were queuing. The heavy deployment of security officers in uniform, and the announcement actually by the CS for Interior that there were many more in civilian clothes. We were preparing an election as if we were going to a war somewhere in Baghdad. We will pursue every lawful and constitutional avenues to ensure that what happened in Malava does not become a blueprint for future elections. Kenya's democracy belongs to its people, and no amount of pressure or state power will change that truth. Allow us to use this opportunity to speak to the electoral process, which was fraught with serious malpractices that included shootings, killings, widespread violence, roaming armed goons escorted by police, and voter bribery. We condemn in the strongest terms possible these cowardly, undemocratic, and criminal activities that were perpetrated by people very well known to the authorities. We demand for immediate action against culprits by both the police and the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Most alarming was the scale of voter bribery conducted openly and with impunity. Money flowed freely in an attempt to substitute the people's will with financial coercion. These practices do not reflect a confident government. They reflect a system afraid of the genuine democratic choice of the citizens of Malava. If the government must deploy such overwhelming force and financial inducements to influence a single by-election in Western, what does that mean for the credibility of future national elections?
There was all that drama here in Western. Yes, 2027 will come, but let them be informed that Kenya is not Tanzania.
Kero amatuko 15 nomo agendrete yetsegi chokorwani nabo gukora konero kwa basubati gosegenta gento kimenyeka ine na gender based violence GBV nigobono mwakilishi wa basubati kore county ya Kirishomos ke Beatrice Chepngeno esokire na gukwanira na asiboyiga ichanire mubara monene wetsegi chegenga ase county eyo moske Chepngeno asensemo yende nigo atebire serikali nigo irachi korubutukina ko imukeria gati abantu bali bakorunerera basubati ebitambukire bitindi berikiko korengana na mamochabo.
In Kericho County, between the month of January and March 2025, a total of 224 cases of SGPV were reported. 110 cases of child marriage were reported. This is alarming. We are called to unite, raise awareness, educate and confront this monster, which include teenage pregnancies and FGM. The Prohibition of FGM Act of 2011 makes the practice of the vice illegal and punishable by law. Those convicted will serve a 3-year jail or a fine of at least shillings 200,000. Causing death during the act leads to life imprisonment. The penalty of rape ranges between 10 years to life imprisonment. Defilement of a child below 18 years leads to life imprisonment or 20 years jail or jail term, depending on the circumstances surrounding the case. Lack of knowledge on SGPV, poverty, harmful cultural norms, economic inequality, and weak reporting structures continue to fuel the fire. Religious leaders. I want to call upon all our religious leaders to use their strong attitude and influence to speak against these ills in the society. Yes. Not only the religious leaders, all the stakeholders in schools, the border sector, and everybody else, the village managers, the administration. Let us use all the influence that we have to speak against these fights in our society. Recent reports indicates that Kipkelion East has in the last few months reported many cases of femicide. 2 women, both from Londiani, have been murdered by their entrenched lovers. A 2-year-old boy was also murdered by his biological father.
Manchavurigire yanara yokore Ekeonga Chinsa Ikomi asenchira yobwenge obwikiranu nibere na nyecho botko bwarera nere Matildo baigo nchenka Trine Nyaboga Vanessa Nyaboga kurasomo na wimanyirio Mike Wills nero koneke buna chibichechi na marengo ikirachira asenchira yobwikiranu tomera neri itkoria ankyo.
Unatafuta shule bora itakayomjenga, kumlea na kumwendeleza mtoto wako? Karibu Lucky Star Educational Center, mahali ambapo elimu bora inaanzia. Tunatoa elimu ya kiwango cha juu kuanzia playgroup hadi grade 6 tukiwa CBC compliant na tukilenga kukuza uwezo wa kila mwanafunzi. Lucky Star inajivunia mafunzo ya kompyuta katika maabara ya kisasa, chess, karate na swimming kukuza akili, nidhamu na ujuzi wa kuogelea, usafiri wa uhakika na salama kwa wanafunzi wote, ada nafuu na zinazolipika, madarasa mapana na ya kisasa, walimu waliobobea, waliofunzwa na wenye ari ya kufundisha, mazingira tulivu na rafiki kwa kujifunzia, vifaa vya kutosha vya kufundisha na kujifunzia. Usaili na usajili wa Januari unaendelea. Mlete mwanao katika shule inayojali mustakabali na mafanikio yake. Tunapatikana Kisii Town, eneo la Jogoo, kando ya barabara ya Kisii Nyamira, mkabala na Kenya Power Substation. Kwa maelezo zaidi piga 0715245923 au 0719594048. Lucky Star Educational Center, kituo cha umahiri.
Eduka yobomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide ili kubatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure company nambe yemo eyo korose chirangi meyense yiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu biriya bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi ejo boyiko chire chichi brand ao ejo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao nabondo mbabwata chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentera nigwa amavuta yani oil na bwigo chiriya chia mache inyuranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire cheri guririke iriya gatigati bwekariguri iriya bantabati bwigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo bwochoganya chirangi wikabunuraganye bwochoganire erangiyiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na bwokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwa yenyora bwikirano tutarire rero eriwe nyorere abamanyi na bwigo muno enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chiriche biasara njibwato korolekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints edukenyega ya Uhuru Superstores yegotoka se enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eywerangene duka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakiresi migwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani. Enya gitari ya Nuga Best nenya gitari ya chirengu maso busegasigire mechando aoya marwire ayo agendera ko bagagucanda mwanya banto nigo babwate emashini yekerero eyo ekorongeya egetekyo mogongo yanyinyitora emekia yani kyabuna chingurungo tukakire ase omubere yasibya manyinga egatemerimende emashini ye nigo eroseraniri amaryogo ayo akurukwa nano diamond titanium ayo agutumeka ase okugwenia ale nayo obokoreri wanuga best nigo bole obwoigoro mono ase babwate mechibi eyo ekugwenia marwire yenda buna bulya bwa ovarian cyst fibroids prostate enlargement egatia yanda mange wigo mbabwate mashine nde okubeka samarikao eyeko yarungeya igati yobokoreri bunde obu bakubwatuka imenya gitaliga iko bakwigura kera lituko ochakera Chinsa Ikomi na mochemambya gweka Chinsa Ikomi nebere chembagaroba Nuga Best iko bagotuka imeyumo chobo songo ase nyumba ya Uhuru Towers lirongo lya kabere ase bare nene ku Chinsa mu kire cya Kisii Kisumu
cyase na yete na tambe ngasawo yedo saboyo mo anye ndobo moyo muna ko batebi nzi ko batebi omurare timba so abo kimi ndo mo ko yija maga ya wam ko be ka ngai ekene inagitari yeye ya konya sana yani mtu anasema ngambia mkirege ndiga bana na kwa ile operation mara gatatu okorono lakini leo ma nda wake wow awako tomera omupesa lakini leo bana atosa kutiende bwana ekekerekia soko enda tambe kanyago tare ndiga bana na kwa ile operation kwa nongo chama Kaya mana sani mau pemain kau delas, pasti kau apa? Wah, kanya kau juga kan, nanti kau kau lupa aja itu. Kanya mata ya kau ni mana yang kau ni mata kan lagi dia kali mau turun. Kanya orang tu, kanya kita hari ni nak kau. Oh, rumah kau itu, kau sedang kau mana dapat ter? Ai ni kamu. Nikuja neka bako mbwatire tumo wangu
asamange bakiresi migwetera seti namba chabo echo chire 0700260518 gose 0770268169 gose 0770410411 wigo nabuku batandira ase website yabo eyure www.nugabestke.com Nuga Best kutanga mbuya kubwa kubwenia Pink Premier Academy ne yamuye chiskuru cy'uburuso ecyo kikubeko buruso byeko cyasumwano ase okwanyolera egasomo ecyo kiramakonye asamatukale busyo ezukuru yiga yekutuka ase bara ya Kisii Kiugoro jinsemo kiri cyamenyingwa ebare kogenda chinsemo kiri cyamasongo igo ebwateli bagaligi yali nene asabana bakokosodelia eliko burugirana gukina chitalanta cyabo ebirasi byabo nebigale ebyo bire ebiya nabibwata mazingira ayo kwemerera abana gusoma buya ngosome bari kurwa playgroup PP1 and PP2 asibigo bagasome kurwa grade 1 wika grade 6 nabwo na junior secondary school nigo babwate science laboratory eyurengiya sabana bakorera amegerio school yiga igo egwanchira umurubiri umuye w'amasomo OCBC ale n'amasomo nigo school yiga ekorera ebyegwa asebabwate music and drama inyuranga imirimo yiga yokuyorokya yani art program nigo ekwa umwana w'oburemu bukokora amegerio ayu akumutinye isko ye klasi.
Hard work, humility, and the ability to work with other people. So far as a leader, there were many opposition, but thanks to the never-ending support and encouragement of teachers and fellow students. Always believe in your strength and ability. No responsibility is too big for you, not too small to be rejected.
Efisi yabo ni gukwana n'irigori rya mubuko asibego babwate mirubyo akorengana muno konyora gwici amate ili kwene kingakira umwana ngonyorare egesomo nigo bakuru busombi kucyasa bari bare HD scholar asibego bari barase boarding babata mazingira maya yo gusoma in technique egendrete tutali